Hi, I would like to read something on behalf of MKPaul with regards post-global economic solutions for the world after Covid-19. Here are the concerned parties across the globe. Team A, politicians in power, economists, lawyers, accountants and the media. Team B, the working class taxpayers, these are the most favoured by God. Team C, civil service professionals, highly talented government selected people. Team D, court of law. And Team E, scientists, engineers and doctors. The author has a solution for post-Covid-19 global issues. These severe post-Covid-19 problems cannot be solved by politicians in power, economists, lawyers, accountants and the media. This group cannot create the conditions needed to fulfill basic human needs. They can simply only work with taxpayers' money. We must first create basic conditions for humans from nature by engaging the right people, and then Team A can act in the right manner to spend taxpayers' money in the right way. Now, the author wants to seek the attention of working class people. They are the most hard-working, most favoured people of God, and taxpayers are the real victims. The author believes this is the right time for working class taxpayers, who are the most favoured people by God, to listen to these suggestions. So let's together, with all working class people across the world, make this a better place to live. Not only that, but for all to live as one human community. This is something possible and easy. In the author's past 40 years within engineering and construction business experience, the author has learned how important every human being is to each other, irrespective of any issues. So they respect all humans. However, we require the right person in the right place at the right time. Many people accomplished extraordinary performances in human history, and the author feels that every human has certain strong skills within them. If we can channel those skills in the right way to create basic human requirements from nature, our collective life can always be perfect. He defeated extreme poverty and illiteracy. He cannot compare with others, and now I am confident that he can do the same for the world and can rescue countries from bankruptcy. We all must understand one important fact, that is, who is keeping us alive, who is keeping us breathing, and who is creating basic human requirements from nature, like food, water, clothes, housing and medicine. In nature, all of these basic needs are readily available, for example, sunlight. Also, human talent is present across the globe, and we will get what we need from nature. So why are we suffering with poverty, illiteracy, unemployment, natural disasters and safety problems? Working class people from around the world are hard-working, God-fearing taxpayers, and they do not choose the right representation to run their respective countries. This has been happening for the last 2,500 years across the globe. Communities must choose the representative who can bring basic human requirements from nature directly, not a middleman nor a messenger. Politicians in power, economists, lawyers, accountants and the media cannot source our basic human requirements from nature. They're experts in managing our tax money along with law administration. We need to create our basic human requirements from nature first by engaging the right people, then this group can spend the tax money. Media spoil their excellent talent in keeping busy with who said what and probably always talk in favour of any political parties. However, they do not talk about basic human requirements and solutions to the problems. Covid-19 is a lesson for all working class people around the world to choose the right representative from now on for solving further global problems. And this is long overdue. With these right people in the right places in the world can prosper a lot further than what it has today. Some faiths believe when something bad is damaging humans, that God takes action to rectify humans. Covid-19 is one of these actions from God. If working class people understand this aforementioned point, we will be very close to solve all global problems. Poverty is something that exists globally, and due to the ignorance from working class people, they continue to suffer generation after generation. If working class people can understand that one human community, keeping all humans alive, getting humans our basic human requirements from nature, will solve all problems in no time. My lifetime efforts would be reaching out to working class people globally and helping them understand that one human community keeps all humans alive. They keep us breathing and get us our basic human requirements. Let's try and find one example of basic human requirement creation from the last 2,500 years of history and global democratic rulers. They do not act as if it's simply lip service. We probably can't find any examples of this. It has been far too long that working class people have remained ignorant about this fact. They always elect the wrong representative who only knows how to spend the taxpayers' money and cannot create basic human requirements. Now, during this global Covid-19 crisis, all of the natural calamities, democratic rulers globally cannot be of any help. They only seek help from scientists, doctors and engineers. Democratic rulers cannot provide us with any of our basic human needs. They cannot solve Covid-19 and any of the natural calamities on their own. They're just the middlemen and the messengers. So ask why working class people have elected them to spend taxpayers' money. This is damaging to the entire humankind. Politicians in power, economists, lawyers, accountants and the media cannot get us our basic human requirements from nature. They are experts in only managing the taxpayers' money, law, administration, entertainment and elections. And we first need to create our basic human requirements from nature, and we can engage them on how to spend the taxpayers' money best. Democratic rulers and the media always talk about science and climate change without having any scientific studies of their own. This is the same group that will allow anyone to practice medicine without being qualified as a doctor, or to practice law without being qualified as a lawyer. So they will not allow but can practice science without any study. This group sometimes use teenagers to talk about climate change, but those teenagers have no knowledge of science, climate change or other issues. Now the media are spoiling their excellent talent, keeping them mostly busy with who said what, and always have to talk about the favour in a political party. But nobody talks about basic human requirement creation. Let's try and find one example of basic human creation from the past 2,500 years of global democratic rulers through their own acts or through their empty lip service. We probably can't find a single one. Some presidents, after their presidency, become multi-billionaires and still keep busy in creating their legacy. But presidency, they have very little financially. Political parties belong to those presidents who never raise this question. Rather, always appreciate because those presidents belong to the same political party. Also, why are voters not raising the question and holding presidents accountable? In the current democratic system, no country can develop because of too much art-based general talk. No science exists among democratic rulers for the last 2,500 years across the globe. Nothing can run without science. Imagine how much we damage the world by not electing scientific scholars into democratic government. Even the court of law cannot correct without the presence of scientific scholars. Sometimes we can see someone is jailed for 300 to 400 years. This is totally an arts-based decision. This world has many wars, many killings and many invasions, all decided by arts-based people. Scientific scholars work under the command of arts-based people, and how can arts-based people decide scientific decisions as a boss? This has been a total disaster for the last 2,500 years. Political scientists, without any actual scientific study, have been ruling all democratic countries across the world. Without any basic human requirement creation, the job has always been to spend the taxpayers' money. And we don't need political scientists to rule over us anymore. We need scientific scientists in the all-democratic government to hand over our nature to them so they can get us, from nature, what we need. Even today, ask anyone, anywhere in the world, at a political rally, what is your demand? The most common response will be, we don't know. But our demand must be fulfilled. Working class taxpayers who vote have been fooled so much and keeping this world a disastrous place. Us human beings are breathing and staying alive because of scientists, engineers and doctors. We hardly see any statues, landmarks or houses like the Chief Justice politicians' houses for any scientists, engineers and doctors. Whereas scientists, engineers and doctors keep us alive and they give us our basic human requirements from nature. They keep us breathing. The world needs 100% scientific scholars in all global ruling democratic parties to run for each representative country. Until this world has enough people to do this, we will not live comfortably. Working class people must elect the representative for all sections, like House, Senate, Congress, Parliament members, who can create basic human requirements first, and then we can spend. This disaster has been happening globally for so long, for which only ignorance of the working class people are to be blamed. Now, during this Covid-19 crisis and all other natural calamities, democratic global leaders are no use to us. They only seek help from the scientists, doctors and engineers. If democratic rulers cannot create any basic human requirements, they cannot solve Covid-19 or any of the natural calamities. So why are they working for the people that are electing them? And why are working class people electing them? That's a big damage for the entire humankind. Politicians in power, economists, lawyers, accountants, media, celebrity and business owners cannot get us our basic human needs from nature. They're only experts in managing our tax money, law administration, entertainment and elections. This world and our only one life can be totally meaningful, peaceful, beautiful, successful, and we can help others. So if we can eliminate the ignorance of working class people, we have a lot of natural resources globally and a lot of human talent. So if our working class voters can elect the right people, this world can be a better place to live and we can all have a better life. Working class people's ignorance is electing the wrong people, the wrong representatives, and restricts the growth and development of this planet. Due to the development of science, both human talent and natural resources can make this world a better place. So from now on, in every election, all democratic countries globally, if voters elect in all the correct representatives, only scientists, engineers, doctors as their representatives, all global problems can be solved immediately. This group of scientists and doctors can work in coordination with highly talented government officials, civil service professionals and the court of law. This way, the entire democratic world will prosper within no time. There will not be too much talk, only work, by the right people in the right places, and we won't see any general talk. I would urge any single person or any group of people in each democratic country to launch a new democratic party under the same name in all countries. This party is the Global Democratic Party, or GDP, followed by the two letters of your country. So for example, in the USA, Global Democratic Party US, GDP US. I will be available at launching time in all countries and present you a draft for a constitution to follow thereafter. Let's have a new start and let's come out of the past wrongdoings. This group of scientists, engineers and doctors can create employment. They can eliminate poverty, they can eliminate illiteracy, can energise global youths in a positive direction and can implement scientific innovations globally. Public-private partnerships basis. We can eliminate Covid-19 and all other natural disasters forever. Otherwise, our global democratic rulers have only one way forward, and that's to declare bankruptcy or borrow money from others. This group of scientists, doctors and engineers can exchange all countries' strengths and weaknesses bilaterally through professionals on a one-to-one basis. Because of the author's past poverty experience and the situation with many globally, he will only listen to people who keep us breathing, keep us alive and create our basic human requirements from nature. The author will be available for video discussions globally with all concerned and can be contacted on LinkedIn. MK-Paul can also be contacted on Twitter, MKPaul_, Instagram, MKPaul.54, Skype, MKPaul.54, and email mpaul.gdp@gmail.com. You can also read his book from www.mkpaul.net related to this subject, launched in 2016. Readers of this script and the book in www.mkpaul.net can translate into different languages and distribute to working class people. I look forward to the global response from working class taxpayers. Thank you.